Welcome back to Need for Speed Heat, my friends. Today is a very special day. The BMW M3 GTR is back, and it's better than ever. This video is going to showcase you basically everything you could possibly want to know about this beast of a car, this iconic car. I'll be quiet now. That's right, the music just about kicked in, but nope, that ain't happening. We ain't done just yet. So the M3 GTR is back, as you can probably see in these clips right here. It's doing the cinematic. This is the transition from the garage to the outside, and it looks magnificent. It looks better than ever. It looks better than it's ever done on any mod or anything. It's actually beautiful. This is it available in the auction, I would say auction house, the place you buy cars. And make sure to hit that subscribe button, stay up to date to Need for Speed. I'm going to be showing you a lot about this M3 in this video, but I'm going to be showing you a lot about Need for Speed in general over the next few days and weeks and months, and hopefully years. Anyway, so yes, this is the M3 GTR. This is a proper V8 powered M3 GTR. We finally have it. They finally built it from scratch, and it looks absolutely beautiful in every little detail. You know, the interior view, it looks incredible. But anyway, there's all kinds of fun story to tell you about the M3 GTR, about how I got my hands on this footage, because it was interesting. I had to fight someone to get this footage. Multiple people. Anyway, this is the M3 GTR in Most Wanted, the game that most of us remember. It was in this and Carbon, and this was the last time it had that beautiful, beautiful sound. Now, you've already heard a glimpse of it, but we're going to do side-by-side comparisons and go through it. Here's the original. So the M3 GTR is among the favorites of basically any Need for Speed fan. It sounds incredible, it looks incredible, and that grind to get this car, it's back again. For those of you who don't know, you basically have to complete Need for Speed Heat to get the M3. Just like you had to complete Most Wanted to get the M3 back. There was a little bit of a difference there because it was stolen from you. I would like to remind you, this is the player's M3 GTR and not Razor's, okay? Anyone that says this is Razor's M3 in the comments, you will be instantly banned. I'm kidding. You won't. But the problem I found with recording a lot of the footage is there were cops everywhere. Thankfully, in Need for Speed Heat, you can actually drive around with the cops in the daylight, and they won't really tend to come after you so much unless you provoke them. I like that about Need for Speed Heat. It's actually a frustration in this game. I get it. It fit the time. It made sense back in the day. But nowadays, we like to have a bit more freedom with our title, so that's essentially what we have. Now, it was a blast to go back and listen between the two. In fact, I'm actually about to compare the two sounds side by side, back and forth, to give you an idea of how different they sound, because, quite frankly, they sound different, okay? They sound different compared to what it used to sound like, and, of course, there's those that will say, maybe it's, you know, this is fantasized a lot more. Maybe the new sound is fantasized a lot more. Maybe they couldn't record the M3 GTR on this, but they couldn't record the new one. Or maybe they had more passion for the M3 GTR, whereas they didn't on the new one. There's a whole lot of things that could change how we feel about this M3 GTR, and yes, so that's what we're going to do and dive in a little bit about that. So here's some sound comparisons. Quite frankly, I'm not too sure how I feel about this. It's good. It doesn't sound as the old car did. You can see the attempt is there. It's got the V8 and it's got the whine. It's not the 6-cylinder anymore, so it is a little bit different. But I wanted to, again, go over something here just to demonstrate to you exactly how it can sound. A little bit more, I'd say more like Heat's version there in the real world, but this is a very popular, well-known video, and I'm going to show you the perfect sound. Sound is very clearly more like the Most Wanted version. So which sound is right? This is a difficult one to answer because realistically there wasn't much of I said there is a V8 noise. I guess one of the main things I like about the old M3 is the gear change noise. That they haven't come close. It's like a normal gear change in this new build of this car. But ultimately I am still happy that it's now back again. It's returned. It's back from being the 6-cylinder to the 8-cylinder boy. It's the proper V8 and it sounds beautifully meaty as a V8 should. So which sound is right is the only question on our lips right now. I'm gonna say both. Now hear me out. For those of you that don't know, when it came to Fast and Furious, a 2JZ sound was played over the top of some R34 Skyline clips. And they mix and match both these sounds. And it's possible to make your Skyline sound like that. Ultimately, both sound right. And the reason as to why it's a little bit different, I think that the main thing they've gone for here is more of a realistic sound. Now, don't get me wrong, it sounds real in the race car. But the difference is it's a very distorted microphone in the cockpit of the car. On the outside of the car, it just sounds like every other V8 race car ever. They all sound pretty similar. I don't know if you agree with me on that, but they sound pretty similar. They just sound very loud, very uncompressed, very not suppressed, like a road car would. So essentially, what I'm saying here is that both are pretty good. I would say Most Wanted sound is still ultimately the better sound. The better sound. Imagine driving a real car that sounded just like that M3. It's perfection. They, I believe, probably had the chance to actually film the real thing and actually record the real thing. The microphones in the cars, around the car, all around. And ultimately came up with a better sound. But I can't say this is wrong, because it isn't. It's a V8 sound, and this is what you would hear, and it's got the whine. quite frankly, it's right. I'm very happy that they fixed it and actually chosen the correct engine this time. But I gotta say, it's not perfect. But I'm very grateful that they actually took the time to do this properly. And I can't wait to upgrade this car. Hopefully we can. Performance-wise, and make it sound even better. And swap this engine into many other things. Anyway, if you did enjoy, please be sure to smash like, subscribe if you are new, and thank you for joining us for today's video. Until next time, my friends, peace.